What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Anthony Joshua. Get this. Anthony Joshua states that I'll beat Usyk without a trainer. Eddie Hearn says Anthony Joshua told him during a recent meeting about the step aside that he wants the rematch with Oleksandr Usyk, and he'll take that fight even without a trainer. Joshua told Hearn, I'll beat him without a trainer. While it sounds admirable that Joshua, 32, has enough self-confidence to fight without a trainer, the fact is that he's going to be up against it no matter what. Joshua's problems are beyond fixing by any trainer, okay? Now, this is by Michael Collins. So let me continue to read. All right. So if AJ wants to save money, he should forget about hiring a trainer and just use a cut man in his corner and go with his instincts. Joshua doesn't need a trainer to tell him what he needs to do in the rematch with Usyk, 19-0 with 13 KOs. Hearn had been talking to Joshua about the possibility of a step aside so that the WBC champion could face Usyk for an undisputed showdown. Unfortunately for Hearn and Joshua, Fury reportedly nicked the idea of step aside after fed up with AJ asking for more money. So instead, he's fighting White. Okay, anyway, there's nothing else that we don't already know that Michael Collins is saying. So let me counterpunch. The idea of Anthony Joshua going into a fight without a trainer, it's like going into going into a riding a bike with flat wheels. You know, you have no direction, or basically it's like riding a bike with no steering. That's a better analogy, because nobody is going to tell him, and obviously he doesn't have that type of self-instinct. We've seen that already. He doesn't have that when it comes to someone that is tricky, that is experienced, that is skilled like Usyk, okay? Maybe tricky is kind of a shitty word to say because that's just skill, right? Oleksandr Usyk is unlike other fighters. See, when you start talking about Terrence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez, Vasyl Lomachenko, Oleksandr Usyk, when you start talking about those type of guys, those type of fighters, they pose a different type of threat. It ain't that they can hit the hardest. It ain't that, we have this powerful knockout punch power and all that shit. No. You know what I mean? The Mayweathers and all that stuff. Those kind of guys will beat you with the experience alone. You know, a lot of times. And they're one of those puzzle pieces that are not really figured out all the way. That's why they're difficult. So for him to say that, yeah, that's cocky as shit, you know. If he's trying to pump himself up, he shouldn't say shit like that. No, because, yeah, you need a trainer. You needed somebody. He needs somebody to tell him what to do at certain times. You know, Fernandez can't do it by himself. Because I think it was like rounds 5 and 6, he did like, hey, body, AJ, body! And then AJ goes to the body, okay? And the body shots were working for AJ. But him saying, hey, I can do this on my own, no, I don't know if he, hope he didn't mean that shit, because he's definitely a person that needs direction, you know? And then if that's the case, I don't need a trainer. Well, what the hell you get rid of your first one for? You know what I mean? Counterpunch, because if that's the case, you wouldn't have had to fire the guy that you had before, or set him aside or whatever. You know, I don't think he just got rid of McCracken. I think he just told McCracken, hey, I'm gonna have you step out for this one. You know what I mean? But I think he intends to come back when he starts his winning streak again. You know what I mean? So that's what I think about that. There's really not much to talk about when you're talking about Anthony Joshua stepping aside. I mean, fighting without a trainer. That's a crazy comment due to someone that doesn't instinctively know how to turn it on, know how to do this at that time. You don't ask other people, how do I beat this guy? and then turn around and get beat and then turn around and say, hey, man, I can do this without a trainer. You're asking and you're begging for failure at that point. Bottom line. Bottom line. Yeah, he's asking for failure. I mean, hopefully he was joking. But, I mean, obviously it came to the forefront that we're talking about it now. But AJ without a trainer, it's who do you get? Who is going to not bullshit him, not pat him on the back, and straight up tell him you need this round. You need all these rounds. You know, you need to go in and take it to him. Slap him or something like Roberto Garcia said. Shit, I'll smack my fighter. Remember? So those type of things. He needs that. He obviously needs direction. He has the ability. He has the tools. But no, he needs somebody that's going to, hey, this is what you need to do at this particular time. You see how this worked? Okay, now we're going to go to the body. Okay, now we're going to release because he's slowing down. Those type of things. He needs a break by break. He needs a guy to narrate and to describe or discuss, to explain what he needs to get done round after round. Okay, that's if he's pulling off the game plan. So not only does he need a game plan, he needs a trainer to help him figure out that game plan and tell him what to do to make certain adjustments because he doesn't know how to do those things. You know, he was successful in certain spots in the fight, but didn't do it alone. Okay, that did not do it alone. That caused him to lose by unanimous decision. Okay. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Anthony Joshua saying that I can fight Usyk without a trainer. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.